farmer's market today.
My name's Matt Hull. I'm the executive chef here at Shenandoah restaurant in Stanton. I was born and raised in this area, so I've always grown up with, a lot of Southern cooking, grandmothers that were great cooks, great-grandmothers that were great cooks, with those old Southern recipes. That's just what I grew up on. I've been here at Shenandoah now for 7 years, going on 8. It's been awesome. I mean, this is the job that never gets old because every year I get different exposure to different ingredients and new farmers come into the picture. New people are trying to grow new things in Virginia, and it's just always really exciting. We've had we have a new trout farmer that we're working with now. That's just an amazing product. Really excited about.
I was the kid that grew up on the farm, the next farm down, literally. And I left at 18 with my hair on fire, and I'm never coming back, and nobody can make me. And so God has a sense of humor in that way. But so we returned to Virginia, and we began to work to heal ourselves and get well. And in the course of that, we began to raise these animals, and we took some product to a local chef friend of ours, and he's like, holy cow, this is like fantastic. And we didn't know, but it really was. And we were having to start over, so we weren't endowed with money, so we had to find a way to earn a living. And we began to raise some animals and take some to chefs, and one thing led to another, and it became a full-time business with 7 employees, and here we find ourselves.
We always have trouble. Sometimes things go great, sometimes they don't, but we have so many things going up at the same time that generally a lot thrives. And so kind of our rule, I guess, is trying to have a lot of different crops in the ground and hoping that they will do well.
Family who had who was in the beef business in the valley, and when we got into it, they were generous enough to give us access to some of their farms that we leased for a number of years, so that we could kind of get our feet wet and figure it out. And so yeah, we had a lot of help from family. And
there's flowers that are closed around there, so this is a good time to pick it. Some of these are past.
So you're doing bouquets, or you're just?
Yeah, so I'll put together arrangements.
Extremely healthy diet, which was kind of organic food we couldn't afford, so we had to raise it ourselves. And we needed to be outdoors a lot. We needed to stay away from molds and dust, which is outdoors, but it didn't bother us like indoors. So we resigned from that job that we loved and we thought we'd do forever, which was, providing better life for the poorest people in the world was the coolest thing. But we had to get ourselves well. Part of the diet is I read that vitamin D had a wonderful effect, beneficial effect on people with biotoxin illness. And I further researched and discovered that pigs who live outdoors in sunlight have the second highest dietary source of vitamin D is from that pig fat. And we were not eating pork because of how it was raised. We liked it, but we didn't eat it for 2 years and decided to raise our own. And it turned out to be really good for our health, for our biotoxin illness, and it turned out to be really delicious. I don't want the cheapest dinner. I want the best pork chop I've ever. I want the best pork belly. I want to have something special. that's what we do. That's our market. And those guys are just so talented. I mean, I've got a chef, he's got a 2-star Michelin, 1-star Michelin.
This is a town that really loves to support local, and I also love that about Stanton, which is another reason why I choose to be here. So I think in this area, you definitely see a lot of people supporting the local farmers market. So I will say that like, they're definitely getting, local produce when they can, or using like, polyface chicken or local beef on their menus where they can. But I think like where Shenandoah gets the upper edge sometimes is you never know. Like sometimes I get stuff I don't even order. A farmer just walks in and says, oh, I got these morels, or I have, chanterelles, or, whatever. And that's the treat, or like some fiddlehead ferns or ramps, I don't think you don't really see those pop up on a list anywhere. Those products kind of have to find you, or you have to find them, and that's kind of what we're looking for here at Shenandoah. But I know everyone gets excited seasonally because the menu drastically changes 4 times a year, and then from there, we try to set the groundwork for the season with some dishes that we're excited about. And then like, it's as simple as if kale goes out with this farmer, but Swiss chard comes in, we just make a minor replacement. Or if it's a drastic, like if the whole dish is centered around cauliflower and cauliflower goes out of season, then obviously the whole dish has to change. So it's always exciting. There's always something. You could have the dish one week and come back in and it's still fried oysters, but completely different set, or, something like that. And I think that's another reason why we have people come back every week.
These are all planted in the fall over here.
wow.
So I had to kind of think ahead. And then once it got longer days, they just pop right up.
Washing, sorting, bagging, packing it up for sale, and then depending on the day of the week, it'll go into the cold storage and then come out for the farmers market or for the CSA. So we do a lot of the field work in the morning, and then deliveries in the afternoon, and that's kind of what a day looks like.
This is a good tedious work for new people. It's just a lot of counting,
I've been here for 8 years, and like, especially someone like Ashley and Daniel, Malcolm, like we've been working with them for as long as I've been here. And so I consider them my friends as well. And so just, they're always here to work with us. They'll ask us like, what do you guys want to plant? Like, is there anything we can grow for you this season? Stuff like that. But also I like to ask them like, hey, what do you guys need to move? Like what's not selling at the farmer's market? What can I help you guys with? Did you have a bumper crop of something this year and you're feeling overwhelmed by it? And I'll even try to like rearrange my menu if I know something like that is,